Oh god, I pacowed at the beginning. Oh my god. Why did it take me so long to get going? The owl is here. Oh, god. Kakazi, what and welcome. Coming in. I've been causing a little bit of mischief today. I'll tell you about it in a sec. I should get the first boards ready because... and there we go. Mega Boss. Wait, no, that's finance. That's not what we need at all. Only a little. Only a little. I don't know, I just had one of those, like, there's days where, like, it's been hard to get up to speed, you know? Nothing bad, just some days, yo. Okay, and Mega Boss, that puts you at 1, Alnus at 1, and Legend at 1. Nova and Verton are currently tied at 2.
Reactor online, sensors online, weapons online, all systems nominal.
Gee whiz, what will I do with this large bag that has a $sign on it?
Well, if you want to turn that large bag of money into a significantly smaller bag of money while being very stressed, might I suggest the world of video game development? Thank you for 41 months. I hope you're doing splendid. So, we'll get everybody in. I've been causing mischief, but the mischief is kind of at a bit of a, I wouldn't say standstill, but I'm waiting to do a little bit more. Sorry, I'm waiting for a little bit more of a little bit more chaos to come on through before I'm ready to, I don't know, make any videos on it. I mean, I guess I did post about it on TikTok, on Blue Sky. How are you all doing? Sorry, forgive me if I'm a little like... it feels like... It feels like I literally just finished stream like 20 minutes ago. Lovely to hear. The old washing machine. Okay. High hopes for this mix. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Sorry, we should let the list. We should let Longship know proper that we're kicking it. All right. There we go. Kakazi, I know Little Fire's been having some similar problems and whatnot, and it's just... I wish I knew more about what the ruddy hell was going down. Lance, Watto, and welcome. Coming in, friends, coming in. Hoffers, what and welcome. Numbers, hello, hello. Okay. So, oh, and Marshall Ray, what and welcome. So, yes, I am feeling very fighty and I have been causing trouble. But so far, I don't have too much to report. I'm kind of waiting to see if I get a response. But a TLDR was I got hit up for one of those like partner program things today, and it was like a third-party video game reseller. And I was like, all right, but it was saying all the right things, like.
Ah, it says here deposit to favorite
What
streamer.
the fuck?
Don't let me in speed dreams.
What the fuck? Hang on. Hang the fuck on. Hang the actual fuck on. No. I'm done. Holy shit. Mega Boss. Holy fuck. Thank you. Let me just pause this for a second. Like, yeah, kinda. Mega Boss. You have relocated funds from the government to my dumbass. Jesus fucking Christ, thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you! Holy shit! Holy fuck! Holy fuck. Yeah, no, I absolutely will. This, like, it's. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, so Mega Boss, you're not losing that Yaldom anytime soon. So if you'd like to consider a Jarl's decree, finally the Nuggies get to eat a meal. The fact that it's 420.69, I had to keep looking to see if you'd like. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Seriously, thank you. Thank you. God, fucking. Fuck! With habitual wine consumption, subbing on the internet, and being incoherently British, you two can be as cool as me. Hey, Van Beast! Hi! Hey, everybody! I'm just stunned. I'm just fucking stunned. Thank you. Seriously. I'm not. I. It was foreshadowing. Now I feel bad about the joke I made. Fuck. Holy fuck! Hang on, let me. Just put some. Oh my god. No, you can never predict what's gonna happen. You can never predict what's gonna happen here. It was a good joke. Vanderbeast, thank you for filling the pint glass. It definitely needed it afterwards, and holy shit. Holy fuck. Just thank you. He wanted to do that for literal years. So Mega Boss, I thought about making like a special alert for that, but I was like, there's no way people are doing that. Like, you know, that's presumptuous of me. I'm not ready for this today. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, which is not me repeatedly saying fuck or holy fuck. Crazy laughs. Thank you so fucking much. It worked. I have failed my emotion saving throw. Let's fight you now. Mega Boss the Annihilator is a very good title. Thank you all. To all of you who've just joined, hello. You need only gaze at Mega Boss's current health bar to understand that. Holy fuck. I know, but the thing is, I said neither. Like, all I was thinking is like, it's hard to get up to speed today, but I got this. Steel chair, unholy gleam. That's Mega Boss with a Ford Fiesta. One of those little trucks that has like a flatbed. Fuck! Thank you. Don't know East Sky. That's very good. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. I don't know what else to say. My fightiness from earlier was this company was trying to get like a partner program sign up thing, and I decided to be very fighty and fearless. Yeah, Mega Boss just fucking horrible. And the only thing I was thinking today on the subject was that, boy, I'm lucky. Because I don't have to court some weird, creepy tech company to keep this whole thing afloat. Like, I don't have to run around selling fucking, forgive the term, but dick pills so that we can keep this whole thing going. Because you lot keep me going. And fucking yo. Yeah, Moose, that's where the Kai in Isekai comes from. It's from the little trucks. Now I'm even more lucky. I would get those license plates if that was my vehicle. Maybe we can do that for delivery. Holy fuck, I'm just bodied. Mega Boss, thank you. Seriously. I mean, thank you all. Everybody being here, like, day in, day out. I hope I'm here for you lot. You know I fucking love doing this. And while what I'm gonna do with that Mega Boss, I'm gonna make sure that goes a long way in terms of like supplies and food and you know, bills in the ilk. I'm gonna make sure that the Nuggies get something fancy, and I'll cook up something nice this evening. I have no idea what yet. My brain is complete like like post flashbang sans the white noise. Fuck. Apparently I am very fragile today. Didn't even realise. Maybe that's why I've been fighty. Got the whole glass cannon thing. Look, seriously. Thank you. I had this little moment last night where like little fires passed the fuck out. And I'm sitting in bed, reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, cackling with laughter. I'm still amazed I didn't actually wake anybody up. There was one bit in it that I won't go into spoilers, but it was very much like, holy shit, this is some peak thick book run fast Baron Sheep chaos. And I took a sip of my little wine and I was like, holy fuck, what a fucking journey. The fact that at this point there is kind of like, you know, old long shit memes and nonsense. I'm there. Admittedly, it was a $7 bottle of wine, but I'm still sipping on wine that I was able to purchase from my job in the apartment that I have paid for with my job. And I'm reading my book, which I like, which I know about thanks to you lot. I don't remember who told me about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and for that legend, I need to thank them again. I hope you know I'm fucking aware every day how fucking lucky I am, right? Like, to be able to do this full time is fucking... It doesn't make any sense. Why me, right? But like... Thank you. Exactly, baby. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like.
The Star Wars gang played Among Us. Vader called a meeting and said, "Luke, you're the imposter."
Thank you. That's terrible. And yeah, Lance, it's why me positive. God. Thank you. Boy, howdy. If you all want some fucking tonal whiplash, Will tries to start fight with crypto bros on the internet. I'm just getting fighty. Oh. DJ Coyle says, at the risk of making things worse, because you're the reason we're all here. I have described myself as a meaty megaphone, as a flag waver of operation. Hey, caffeine. Oh, seriously, holy fuck. I mean, Lance, there was a setup and everything. What am I gonna do with this comically large bag with a dollar sign on it? And for those of you who just got in, Megaboss made that joke, and my response immediately was, well, if you want to turn that big bag of money into a much smaller bag of money while being very stressed, might I recommend the world of video game development? And then I didn't hear the cannon, but I heard the shell. And now we're here. And I am... And again, like, it's not like things are scary over here. You know, it's getting towards the end of the month, and, you know, if anything suddenly popped up, then hey, it just means it's budget bento o'clock. And this is gonna be a big help. You know, I told you all earlier in the week, after Wallosaurus threw in a bunch of cash, apparently the internet bill from September had bounced. So I got an angry phone call yesterday being like, "Oi, pay your internet bill." And I was like, "But I already did." And then it was like, so it wasn't bad. But then Wallosaurus threw in a whole bunch of cash. Was it Snapchat? I have to go back and look. But that was really cool because it meant I could go and get like a couple of oven pizzas and a bottle of wine, which was really nice. Yeah, it was Wallosaurus, which I'm super grateful for. And again, like, no one's going hungry in this house. And the Nuggies will always get taken care of before the humans. Like, I know we joke about them going hungry, but you all know they are first priority. But we Twitch lots, we get paid on the 13th. So this is kind of end of the month weekend for me. Heron, what a welcome. So yeah, Megaboss, I wouldn't have said anything. Thank you so fucking much, you fucking legend. Thank you. Fucking yo. My dungeon crawler car eating ass, sobbing here. Try not to be a snotty mess on Twitch. Thank you. Alright. Okay, let me go just wash the snot off my face real quick so I don't look all fucking tear streaked and shit when you start doing stuff proper. But Heron, I'm sorry you're ill, friend, and I hope your Sproglet's doing good. And the only thing better than chicken noodle soup when you're ill is Schadenfreude. But yeah. Okay. I'll be back in just a second, friends. Let me wash the snot off my face. I'll try and rally a proper will greeting for you all. Hello, friends. Figure, considering this is one of the cutie patooties that you lot help keep alive, come say hi. They're on a little bit of a salad strike at the moment. Not a salad strike. The broccoli slaw had a little bit too much broccoli in it, so they've been picking the broccoli out and then squeaking at me that it's not just full of all the sugary carrot and stuff that they love. I'm like, you've got to have your other salad so you can have your sugary stuff. They also very much turned their nose up at the little stick treats that Little Fire bought for them the other day. It was very funny. Diva literally took one out of Little Fire's hand, chewed it a little bit, and then literally spat it out and just looked back at them. Because they're obsessed with these apple and banana little like compressed treats. They are their favoritist thing in the whole wide world. But they also get like joint supplements as well, which they also really like. Yes, a furry little potato. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. These are the people that buy your salad. I keep you alive while you chew on my hair. Okay. Okay, I know. So I'll be sure to get them some treats. Hello. Oh. One whole little week. Okay. So, again, Mega Boss, that is a massive amount of cash. Seriously, thank you so much. I'm going to use a little bit of it to pick up some of Little Fire's birthday presents for later in the month. Her birthday's on the 24th, and because I just quickly check the list of who's watching. I think they're in right now. Yeah, okay, they're not in right now. So I already got them one little gift, which is a really fancy reprint of the original Halloween VHS. And I got a couple other funky things I'm gonna get. But I'll be able to pick those up now rather than wait until payday, which I will take a big old weight off my mind. And like, if I was gonna do anything fancy with that, I'm real tempted by some. I might get some very boring things that will make my life considerably easier. The little a little handy vac to help with nuggy cleaning, and a piece of kit for making smash burgers. Because the thing is, like, I know you lot are lovely to me, and that, like, I know when people do those big drops, there's like that, you know, like, well, like, treat yourself. But honestly, the big gift of it is not having to worry about, you know, food money and a big old chunk of, you know, bills being handled. I'm not a person that needs much. Like, I literally have too many Gundams. I have an incredible myriad of games. Someone here, who shall remain nameless, gave me a fucking Steam Deck so I can play games in bed, which is amazing. I have more incredible books to read than I will ever have time to. Like, I'm spoiled. The thing that I love doing, and the thing I want to do more, was this. Oh shit, Little Fire's here. Everybody, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. I wasn't talking about your birthday, shut up. Will does not need more Gundams. But yeah, Little Fire, as you are here, I was going to message you in a sec. Mega Boss just threw in a artillery-sized donation. So have a ponder about what you might want for dinner this evening. The closet says he does not need more until he clears it out. Jackie, you did. I mean, I'm still reeling, but Mega Boss decided to take the Yaldum with both hands. Oh. And Orzine, what and welcome. Let the Gundams come out of the closet, never. Oh. Moose, I'm so spoiled. I'm so spoiled for kids, though. Like, the two that I absolutely had to have in my life, one was White Glint, which Zeke very kindly gave me the cash to pick up when it was on new type for like a hot second. And the other one is obviously the Nightingale, of which I have been given both variants. Like, my bucket list Gundams are almost all done. You know what I mean? So yeah, now all we need is more hours in the day where Little Fire and I can build Gundams. One of our little projects at the moment is, you can't really see it from here. I'll see if I can angle the camera. But behind the plants is Calcium Bonio, who, I really should move him over here now. But there's a little kind of corner that we want to turn into like an art station for like painting minis, painting Gundams, etc. It's going to be a while before we can do like airbrushing stuff, just because the fumes, and guinea pigs are very susceptible to fumes. But like the cool shit you can do just with, you know, dry brushing and the ilk. Hells yeah. Reject modernity, just build Gundams. Oh, fuck, again, Megabox, fucking thank you. So yeah. I hope you're okay. I hope you're all having a splendid day. I have some indie games to share with you. I have some. I don't have news on it yet, but Will decided to get fighty earlier today, and I'm waiting to see if they write me back. There hasn't been too much in the way of game news today. Nintendo is nuking piracy bloke from orbit, as they are wanting to do. Fantastic Pixel Castle got their funding pulled by NetEase. Machine Heart's having a very bad time. And some of the team behind Project Blackbird, one of the Bethesda online titles, ZeniMax, announced they've gone completely independent and they're making the game themselves with a whole bunch of fucking terrible AI art logos and shit, which has been very funny. Nick and I will probably end up talking about that one tomorrow proper. But that's kind of been the long and short of it. Like, Steam Next Fest is kicking off in a few days? It hasn't started yet, to my knowledge. So a lot of the people in our circles of gaming are getting ready for that. I went through over 100 emails just from today of different teams that are putting out indie demos the next couple days. Former Bethesda devs, but clearly none of the artists. It would be funny if you weren't entirely correct. Yeah, well, I'd love to see the stats on how many games were purchased during the fall sale at Steam, because this feels like the most weak-saw Steam sale of a while. But there are 1,000 reasons why that could be the case. Okay. And Space Marine 2 is a good time. It's not gonna, mentally challenge you or anything like that. But it's not bad. I do also like the 1,000-point rule that keeps popping up, which is very funny. There's a bunch of scenes in Space Marine 2 where the destroyed Space Marine forces will always be 1,000-point armies. Around here's got the Wolfenstein Alt History Collection. 2 copies of Horizon 1, 1 Twisted Galaxy. That's cool. Okay, yeah, so Patch Rabbits, right, so it kicks off on the 13th. So, what, Monday, Tuesday? It is interesting that Steam Next Fest has become such a big part of everything. The changing of the demo guard is kind of fascinating, and I'm getting to this point now where I think teams might need to start considering, if they have the budget to, might need to start going back to the old Half-Life uplink running. Which I understand how violently expensive that is as a concept, but okay, you know what? I can respond to that later. Okay. No, Unholy Glee. That's completely understandable. And the reason I like having these conversations is because, like, the longship is spread out across a lot of different spheres of gaming and nerdery. And if we can see any commonalities between all of our purchasing habits, then we can start to glean some more, like, active data. Like, we are all fucking eyeballs deep in good games right now. Now, we've talked about it, but I'm not seeing it really getting discussed anywhere else. That, like, it's not that there's a discoverability problem right now in games, it's that there's a too many fucking good games problem. You know? When people talk about discoverability, they talk about it like, oh, there's this unending wall of, like, cheap games and... No, there's not. No, there's not. Every month now, there are phenomenal games, and that's before you even get into our sphere, right? Oh, and Moose, thank you. I apologize. Moose was saying that Half-Life Uplink as a combined term isn't producing any historical knowledge. So, I use Half-Life Uplink as a shorthand, but a better example would be like Dead Rising 2 Watchtower, I believe it was called. Was it Watchtower? Or was that the movie? Dead Rising 2 Watchdog? No, Watchdog is a trainer. Dead Rising 2 Off the Record? No, that was the standalone DLC. God darn it. Never interested. Sorry, browser's trying to get me to enable AI stuff, and I'm like, the only thing you do is get in the way. Case Zero. Thank you. So one of the crew over at Eurogamer wrote up a lovely little editorial called, and I quote, a love letter to Dead Rising 2, Case Zero. One of the best demos of all time, even if it's not really a demo. Yeah, there we go, Virals. Now, Case Zero isn't on Steam, so I can't give it to you. But if you need a nice coffee read, here's the article, right? Oh, still full of snot. Sorry. Sorry, I just need a second. So, what the hell is Will talking about? Let me bring it back. Dead Rising 2 Case Zero was dropped during kind of the height of the Xbox 360 Live era, and it is essentially a taster. It is a demo, certainly, but it is a self-contained game. I believe there was some like functions, like if you played it, you could carry over some weapons and items and stuff like that, but I don't know how they're situated now. But yeah, so yeah, Dead Rising 2 Off the Record is standalone. Let's see how Dead Rising 2. Maybe they built it into it. Anyway, sorry, friends. I'm trying to bring it all together. Alright, let me start from another angle. Half-Life Uplink was the demo for Half-Life. It contained the Black Mesa Hazard course and a standalone mini-sode, essentially. A self-contained little, like, one-level playable experience with a little bit of monsters, a little bit of soldiers, a little bit of everything. As part of the Half-Life lore, I forget who you're playing as, but you're one of the folks responsible for launching the missile into space that helps the Lambda Complex team set up the teleporter network and stuff like that. I think that the importance of Steam Next Fest and demos, the fact that Steam now has a functionality whereby a demo has its own page and can have its own discussions and it can have its own like reviews and the ilk. I think there is something to be said for treating that essentially like episodic, like two-stage development. What I mean is that, as we saw with Project Silverfish, trying to keep parity between a demo and an early access game is pretty much fucking impossible, right? Any issues that arise from the fork of the demo then have to be fixed and maintained. So you're creating a situation where you're essentially making two games. And especially if your title's in early access, again, you have to keep some kind of feature parity. But what if you presented it to the users as a case zero, as an uplink? Combined with Steam Next Fest, which is seeing more and more and more attention. Is there a way to use this new framing around Steam to create masses of momentum? Now, so Moshiro, Ground Zeroes is an interesting case study, but, you know, that was Konami before their fall and bring back up. I'm talking about something that could be achievable by a small team. So yeah, Moose is saying like the uplink style being simultaneously a vertical slice and also a demo that leads users into the experience. No, Moshiro, I'm sorry, I'm brain scrambled right now, and I'm trying to pull this all together at once. But I'm just trying to think of like, because right now, demos on Steam Next Fest are doing great. Next Fest is a huge part, but you'll notice that all of those titles, they want you to wishlist on Steam, like that's the through line, right? And at a certain point, users will become conditioned to that wishlist now, wishlist now. At the moment, wishlisting doesn't do anything other than take up a user's time, but eventually they'll become like, eventually they will become numb to it. And, sorry. Congratulations on discombobulating one whole will. All right, let me show you some weird games real quick. Then I'm gonna get Hell Is Us started, and we'll come back to this. Because I know what I'm trying to convey. I'm trying to convey this idea that treating a demo like a standalone title in the way that you develop your game, and then moving the users through it, not just within the environment of Steam, but within the thematics of the title, I think is really powerful. You know, there's a moment in Case Zero where you finish the demo and you ride into Vegas, and that reveal is so powerful. Now, we knew that Vegas is the setting of Dead Rising 2. Like, none of that is... None of that was anything new, but the way that it was pulled through. And I think the nuance here that I'm trying to grasp at, and I'm sorry that I'm failing, is that there's got to be a way to turn these demos into more, right? So essentially demo as prologue, but also treating a demo like a self-contained title. Because what do users want to know? Users want to know...
I think we should have more demos about underground exploration. Really goes down well.
Ehrman, thank you for the 500. No, Ozzy, not like a session 0. I'm so sorry, friends. I'm just discombobulated all at once. No. Okay. Hang on. Let me just show you some cool games while I try and get my brain in gear. Because we're going to come back to this, because I think if we can crack this, we can use things like Steam Next Fest to launch games even more so into the stratosphere, right? Because it's great that Steam now separates demo and game as 2 separate pages. But you don't want to have all that momentum from a great demo and then have it dissipate as you're moving into the main game. But, okay. Video games are coming out constantly and they're awesome. Let me put into your wheel well Backseat Drivers, which is listed as both co-op and PvP. One player plays a very, very, very tiny, short-sighted little old lady, and the other person plays their passenger in the back. The little old lady is driving. The other person has to yell at them and tell them where they need to go. It is keep driving and no one explodes. It has all the physics, it has all the chaos. So yeah, as the driver, you can't even see over the steering wheel. As the passenger, you gotta somehow help navigate. I cannot wait to play this. And yes, the car was filling up with burgers just then. Welcome to Deadly Minefield. Please enjoy. So in this one, you know, the backseat driver has the mine detector and the other yeah, like, this is fucking brilliant. Okay, on the rest of the list, we have the Lacerator. DreadX doing some proper good PS1 nonsense. And I know lots of folks have been scratching at this of late. But the interesting thing about the Lacerator is that depending on your playthrough, you will lose limbs permanently. So, okay, I don't understand that the you will lose limbs sounds like I'm pitching you a game from like the 90s with real limb-cutting action. But I don't know, there's just something, I don't know. There's something Shadows of the Damned about this. There's something special about. I'm not just saying because it's our homies at DreadX, all right? But as if there wasn't enough gorgeous, weird horror stuff, By Sweet Caroline has dropped. What if we did Disney horror for fucking realsies? I was very, very surprised when this got announced to find out that it wasn't like a Dragon's Lair style FMV game. Lance, it's because you have taste. Yeah, no, most of you are probably aware of this one. I just wanted to make sure. Because, again, if we end up having fucking squillion Steam demos coming at us at high speed soon. I can't remember Runeborn. Runeborn and Dicelot, I don't remember. Oh, no. Runeborn was just like a Viking roguelike runic game. Dicelot does look interesting. Just because it's got this, like, chunky murder boggle going on here. Have all the fun of rolling a shitload of Warhammer D6s with none of the hard work. This is one of those titles that's gonna like challenge your conception of games, but definitely one of those good ones to while and evening away on. Okay, and I showed you Curiosity yesterday, but I don't think I showed you Absolium. As if you didn't have enough fucking gorgeous games in your life, check out this Mother Hubbard. What's that? Side-scrolling brawler with some actually cool shit in it? Let's fucking go. A side-scrolling brawler that isn't just an immediate nostalgia bait or a reworking of an old arcade game. Now, from what I can see, this is a little bit the good Dungeons & Dragons brawler and a little bit roguelikean, which I think is a good way of doing it. You know, I really enjoyed the TMNT brawler we got recently, which I also think was .mu. But I have to admit, ever since, what was it, Mother Russia Bleeds, I find myself, with any of those like side-scrolling brawlers, they've got to have something more to it. And this is absolutely doing that. You know? The thing I was talking about again with like the quality threshold, you can't just make a brawler, have it be pretty, and then go, done. There has to be more to it. Because like, look, I know we're drowning in a lot of games that are roguelike, but what I found that's really interesting is that it's one of the better ways to adapt older arcade-centric titles. Add some meta progression at the same time. Like, one of the things that was always interesting is that the Metal Slug games never do amazing. They do alright. They do incredibly well in the arcade. Great music, fun to play, gorgeous pixel art animation. Gorgeous. But anytime they've been like ported or adapted, they lose that zing, that je ne sais quoi. Because if you have a button that says give me more money, give me an extra life. It's really just a case of face rolling. And sure, some of them add things like score attacks and challenges and stuff like that, but it hasn't gotten the same hooks. And it was, what was the Mech Goose game? Mighty Goose. I'll just fucking show you Mighty Goose. Which is heckin' fun, heckin' silly. But I was trying to think why it didn't compel me further. And it struck me that it's very pretty. It's Metal Slug. Look, Metal Slug. It's not Metal Slug, but it's Metal Slug. Which gives it kind of like there's a lot of fun to be had with varying toys and mechs and tools. But I keep thinking, like, what can bring these classic titles together? And I remembered, was it Sin Star Adventures, I believe it was called. Was it? Was it Sin Star Adventures? Sinistar Adventures? No. Oh, Sigma Star. Sigma these nuts. Sigma Star Saga. Which definitely, if I show you the images, it definitely comes down to check out the artist's thinly veiled fetish. But I'll try and show you some Yeah, okay, this is a good one. Alright, so let me bring this over here. So if you have a look up here, this was the interesting thing about Sigma Star. It was an explore and move, not quite Zelda-y title, but it had that JRPG vibes, but each of the JRPG fights was a small bullet hell segment. And I thought that was inspired, because again, bullet hells do suffer from a similar problem. They either have to adhere to the strictest guidelines, i.e. Ikaruga, where it's only about mastery, or they have to be a little spongy, You can clear... Like, R-Type is a spectacle, but if you can have infinite lives, R-Type kind of just becomes a... But adding something like this... I don't know, I'm starting to feel like the roguelike is the secret sauce is being properly understood right now. And bite-sized gameplay gives people a better reason to jump in on smaller titles. Meta progression then gives people a reason to come back. Like, it's a good combo. Okay. So I'm going to get Hell Is Us started, and I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to vocalize this idea that I've got about, like, using Steam demos as more of a transitional maneuver for both story and experience, whilst weaponizing all the things that Steam Next Fest and the ilk are doing. And again, in a way that's not going to fucking kill you, trying to make two games, the first one of which is free. I think Moose's idea of, like, building the vertical slice into the demo as well is not a terrible idea. Chaunerus, yes, House of Necrosis did show up. We're talking about the what if NetHack was also Resident Evil. Or some people have called it Resident Evil Mystery Dungeon. Yes. And Fearless, I do agree, but that's another kettle of monkeys altogether. Yeah, and DJ Coil, it's one of those things where the external concept is very, very simple, but the actual execution follow through, that's where all of the trickiness would be. And how we take that through. Sorry friends, I'm trying not to be just a crazy man scribbling stuff on the wall while losing my marbles. And I am waiting to see if I get a response back on this. I didn't even tell you about trying to start fights on the internet. Okay, but let's get the game going. At least that way I know everything's all working and set up. So DJ Coil, I was pondering that. DJ Coil was saying maintaining the vertical slice, the demo, the chapter 0. We'll come up with a cool name for it. Maintaining that and maintaining the main game is very, very tricky. However, I'm trying to think, like, if you can keep it content locked and you're not doing early access, I think so long as there's not a huge departure or how you present it. So like, if you have core features in your vertical slice that becomes your demo and your Steam Next Fest thing, and is also your prologue, and then the main game has more features, that can be a cool, like, moving through. Technical parity would be the tricky one. If the demo works on someone's PC, the title needs to work on someone's PC, because they're going to be using it literally as a metric for purchasing the title. Oh, Megaboss, seriously. Thank you again. You fucking legend. Thank you. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, no, and DJ Coil, like, I completely understand that in the world of large production stuff, like, all of those big reveals, you know, they're all smoke and mirrors. In fact, one of the reasons why a vertical slice isn't a demo is because a vertical slice only needs to run on your PC, and people will not be playing it. You will be driving it and showing them. You know, I mean, I guess things have probably changed a lot since, like, the industry shifted, but... Okay, so the Keystone of Terror. Oh yes, when last we left our hero, we'd gotten the big chunky block, which was going to allow us to solve some of the mysteries around this way. We haven't yet closed the time loop, though, have we, in this area? But I'm assuming there'll be some enemies to fight down the way. Okay. Yeah. Here we go, yeah. We've got the tablet fragments. Flags. And a Sigma prison. Okay. Yeah. Well, and again, DJ Coil, like, I'm not disagreeing, but like the thing I wanna try and craft out is how do we use the massive success that we're seeing around Steam Next Fest better than anybody else, right? Because, like, if any of you are on press mailing lists like I am, you probably get a fucking ton of emails. And right now, you're probably getting a fucking ton of emails pertaining to... Ooh. Hey, that Sword of Terror is really good. That polearm of terror is better than mine. Damn. I'll quit that in a second. Let's go. And the thing that we all know is that marketing techniques, there are some evergreen things, right? Like, you know, the concept of a call to arms. A call to arms or a call to action is when you show somebody your marketing asset, video, press release, whatever, and it says, hey, do a thing. Wish this the game. Buy the game. Follow us on Bimblemancer or what have you, right? Oh yeah, Lance, and I feel that, but we'll get back around to it. Steam Next Fest is becoming part of the marketing cycle. It's becoming very successful. Yeah, remember to like and subscribe, that kind of thing. And people are finding increasingly complex ways to suggest and recommend that you wishlist on Steam, which is good. I'm not against that. But the thing that strikes me is that this will eventually become so commonplace that users won't, like, the conversion rate is going to decrease continuously. And once users get to that point, you know, when YouTubers say, you know, like and subscribe, ring that bell, the actual like follow through of it is significantly less than when that was first implemented. But Steam are kind of going out of their way to allow demos and free games to become successful, right? So how do we as creatives weaponize that for our victory? Ooh, murder stealth. So we got murder stealth. You know, I don't like the... I'll do the stun. I don't like the pool of fear because when it dissipates... Go for that one. When it dissipates, the screaming freaks me the fuck out. Okay. So yeah, so Aeon, it's beat the demo, link to the full Steam page is standard, or the title will have a join our Discord and a, you know, wishlist the main game. But if you can create something that is in itself, that is self-contained, if you can create something that has additional elements, without killing yourself in development, then you can use that. I'm just trying to think of the how, you know? How do we get to that point? You know? PT did catch people off guard. No, we're not going to use subliminal messaging. We're not going to use subliminal messaging on folks. Like, PT did catch people off guard and how good it was. PT was also a combination of factors that came together masterfully. The fact that it was just called PT, it was dropped literally during E3 presentations, that you had to get through the whole darn thing before you even saw Norman Reedus' face. Project Tilverfish. There were a lot of factors at play. I don't think PT is something that is potentially emulatable. because we want users to know who's making it. You know, this was during Kojima's weird PR phase. Like, remember when he was going around repping Metal Gear Solid 5, pretending he wasn't the dude in, like, the bandages and masks and shit? And we knew. We knew. But, yeah. Alright, but Simple Chaos. If you remember Leaf Blower Man and all of, like, the comedy skits in that one, you could go full Bo Burnham. Actually, Moose, that's a good point. In effect, PT is the highest budget variant of what we are talking about. Now, I guess the other part in this is how do you structure your development in a way that's not going to fucking kill you? Right? Like, what we want is to be able to create something like that that is simultaneously the demo and free on Steam. Something that has value to users even after the main game is out. Sorry, I think I remember where we got to go for continuation of story. We have to go out to the woods to find that weird-looking... Yeah, there we go. We're heading that way. Okay. Yeah. Half-Life Uplink worked because Valve spent a lot of extra time rebuilding the core functionality of Half-Life. And, you know, it was a classic FPS, right? Like, you build the functionality, then you start adding weapons and levels, jobs are good. Ooh. I nearly died. And again, I know I'm not saying anything revolutionary. You know, the industry perception around demos has shifted back, and that's entirely thanks to Steam Next Fest. So I'm thinking as like, if you now have to do all this extra work to create and maintain a demo, how do we get the most bang for our buck? How do we create something that still has value? Now, there's nothing that says that one of the free titles necessarily has to be directly connected, but that would be ideal in case the demo ends up taking on a life of its own. You could do something like the Hex, of like burying cool-ass hidden shit inside an unrelated but simple title. In the Hex, there is a fishing minigame. Well, okay, there's a fishing minigame which is available on Steam and relates to the story of the Hex, but is not in it. Sorry, let me phrase that proper. So that is also possible. But then you're in the kind of Glitmitten Grove area where your core audience will fucking love it, but the external potential audience will be very confused. Alright. Okay. Now, do they just need to match? Let's try just matching it. Otherwise, we'll just start reading up on the Bloody Queen. Now, friends, it's entirely possible that I'm also losing my fucking marbles. So, if this is the noise of a man just going off the deep end... Nah. Door's open. That is entirely possible. Ah! Murdered him before he could do his whole, I summoned you! Yeah, so, to alf.gov, or Absolutely. One of the reasons why we moved away from demos is that demos on demo discs were very popular, but they required a lot of resources. E3 demos and the ilk. If you were already making an E3 demo, then putting it on a disc is a cool thing, but the E3 demo is all time taken away from main dev, because no matter how well you say you're going to use things that will go into the game, you end up having to make your own strange little creation in time for E3. And we stopped doing demos for a while because there was this theory that demos were bad, i.e. there were 4 possible outcomes of a user playing a demo, and 3 of the 4 resulted in the user not buying the game. I.e., they play it and hate it, so they don't buy the game. They play it and like it, but they've gotten their fill, and they forget about it. So, like, the user has gotten enough experience from the demo, they don't feel the need to buy the main title. And hey, this is fucking creepy. Uh-oh. Oh, if anybody needs a primer on this, on the game, we'll probably do one in a bit. Right now, monster's bad. Oh, but music good. Sorry, I don't mean to keep stop-stopping this conversation. Like, this isn't a thing that I was thinking about last night that I'm bringing to you. I want to brainstorm this with you. If we have a homie who's making a game, and it is coming out, and we want them to make a demo, and they want to make a demo for Steam Next Fest because that is a good way of doing it, can they structure it in a way that's going to give them more bang for the buck? See, Alf, you're not wrong. Making a demo and maintaining a demo is all time away from the main game, no matter how you look at it. And as with Project Silverfish, things can happen that mean that the demo is out of parity or additional problems come up because of it. With Silverfish, they just decided to just kill the fucking demo rather than try and fix 2 games simultaneously. But what if you could make it so that there was enough in the demo to have that become valuable, right? If the demo can be the tip of the spear for your marketing, if the demo can be both the thing that pulls users into your title and standalone, like, holy fuck. And maybe that's just something that's done in terms of presentation, you know? I keep thinking of how in games, how the very words we use to describe things can be the difference between something being awesome and something being poo-poo trash garbage. As a small aside, as you all know, I play Arena Breakout as one of my downtime games. And what's fascinating about that is that they have this thing called undercover mode, where you pretend to be an NPC. So as opposed to Tarkov's scav system, where you are playing as a scav, in this, no, you're not a scav, you're undercover. And that's so weird, right? Like, all it is a rewording of the same functionality. But that tiny little tweak, it changes the perception of it, and that changes the experience. See, Marshall Rea, carrying over progress is one of those things that's fucking so hard. It's so hard. There are loads of ways of doing it, but they do have their challenges. An avid pupil, our future queen learns not only the ways of the Palamist faith, but also of war and strategy. Okay, she learned war and strategy. Queen Hava Reverta, destined to become the protector of Palam and defender of traditions. Our queen is pious and virtuous, and rules over Hadia with grace and wisdom. Yeah, easy on the fucking... easy on the propaganda there. For the love of his queen, King Garland converts the Palamist faith. Queen Hava Reverter looks to the east and prepares for war with the holy to protect the holy Palam legacy. This is fine. Utterly victorious over her enemies, our beloved Queen Anax plans to purify Hadia from heretical faith. Oh, good. All right, so I think it's sword. Yeah, so it's 2 swords, crown. Yep, can't warn anyone about a terrible decision without the big red flags. Faith, and then the last one is the tower. Okay. So eyeball, then tower. Yeah. And so Marshal Rhea, I always love the idea of players carrying over like info, data, etc. Huh. Sword, crown, faith, tower. Sword, crown, faith. Oh, that was candle, not tower. There we go. They look bloody similar! But yeah, depending on the kind of game, changes whether or not bringing data over is a good thing. So like, for example, Ball X Pit did very well with its demo, but it had a very, very simple premise. And Sinful, what unwelcome. This can be spooky, but is not a scary game. This is Hell Is Us. It is a hack and slash title based on a whole bunch of very real shit. But right now we're fighting monsters in an underground tomb because of the murdery religious queen tomb is here, and we're trying to find stuff. Like this, the Sword of the Blood Queen. A well-preserved sword still gleaming despite its obvious age. The ornate golden hilt features an inlaid jewel found in the sarcophagus of the Blood Queen Martisan. Ah, and the Queen's eulogy. Here rests Havor Reverter, the unyielding divinity, keeper of purity, archon of vengeance, and protector of righteous. Let her wisdom echo through eternity, blah, 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 manifold deeds. None greater than the Arxus Spire, the pinnacle of righteousness and pride of our nation. Amidst the wild wood of of Syndra. Whatever. The Grand Tower looms. Only our beloved Queen could envision so profound an undertaking. Only our beloved Queen could shepherd its foundation. They built it with captured slaves. And only our beloved Queen could realize its full potential. The spire shall remain forever open to Our Lady Raverna, and her instrument of vengeance here inherit. Okay, now we know where the Arc Spire is, so we can go crack open that heckin' bad word. Avenger, I see you're also a person of culture. Hooray, it's the Catholic Church! Oh no, it's the Catholic Church. Yeah, see, Marshal Rhea, and that's where I'm kind of... Look, I understand that I'm not taking you through on, like, Will's educational tour. What I'm taking you through is Will's brain is going in overdrive right now and is hyperfixating on how to make Steam Demo do even better good-like. But that's the thing. I've also come across a bunch of demos that I really fucking enjoyed lately. And... like, is it possible to make them into even more? Is it possible to make them even more powerful? And I don't know. I don't know. But it's gotta be, right? I'm sorry. No, the question isn't can we. The question is can we with the resources we have? Because, like, if we had stupid money, what we would do is we would have a B team fork the project at a certain point and have them build something narratively with a certain amount of technical parity. But ultimately it would be... I'm sorry. Bear with me just a second, friends. I'll be back in just a sec. I just need 2 seconds. Sorry about the wait, friends. To the Super Professor, what and welcome. I meant to say thank you again for your warnings about not Tainlu, Taolu, whatever it was. I think I managed to get all of the flares done in that region. And I had the same thing, which was I was talking to the dad, and suddenly they all just jumped in the truck and left. Yes, I gave out all 4 flares. And I did save the dog. Now, to my knowledge, there aren't any other, like, there aren't any other little setups that we can't sort. I think, oh yeah, the thing I was trying to do is, I think we've gotten everything for the time loop here that I might be able to close. But I haven't been able to find the folks in here. Like, it looks like this can be opened. And we can hear the folks inside. But I can't seem to get in. But yeah. Anyway, how are you doing? What and welcome. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah, we needed some, we need to sort some puzzles with this area, didn't we? We need like a special key or something. That was what was left for... Oh no, we might be able to... Ah, there they are. Right. Sorry. So there's one little area we haven't gone round to kick any asses at. So. And yeah, friends, I do apologise for being a bit of a massive sketch lord with this current conversation. I'm not really giving everybody the tools to kind of... Come on. I know you're going to pop up. To really, like, get involved. What I've been trying to do is... so Super Professor and those of you who have just joined us, I've been trying to work out how to... How to better use Steam demos as a way to... Alright. Alright. Medium first aid. Now, is that all of the time loops? No. Alright, we still got some out there. Okay. Marazan control point. Authorized personnel only. Alright. There's a couple of computers we haven't got into yet. Well, Dustin, take a load off. Allow me to be vaguely entertaining. I'm going to try and find the last of the time loop guardians. Kick its fucking ass. And maybe close this time loop while we're here. Because I don't know if we'll be coming back this way. Oh. Well, now you're just flattering me, but I hope you're doing well, friend. Oh, maybe there's more stuff under the church. Okay, while I try and regain what little brain power I once had, does anyone need a primer on this game? Does anyone need any more info? Oh. There locked shit down here, wasn't there? Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we need a key or something special to get into the last parts of this to kill the Time Loop Guardians. But I don't think we'll get it now. We'll probably end up getting it from the tower, so it's alright, which means I have to do more monster murder. I'm a little bit of a mess today, I will say. There's been some interesting games to talk about. I didn't even tell you about the fucking, the weird... waiting to see if I get an email back about it, but yeah, the weird, crypto thing. That, the TLDR is I got reached out about this, what was it called? Oncade. Which is like a Humble Bundle style site, right? Like, you know, they sell Steam keys and keys for other sites. And they had this lovely pitch about supporting indies and, you know, creatives and stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds lovely. Then I started to look into it because, like, I do my research. And that's where it started to all get a bit weird. Like, their company popped up on crypto investment sites and things like that. And apparently the whole thing is run on some kind of... It's called, like, stable chain or something. If you've got to have stable in the name... to Bull Dwag. Watto and welcome. Come on in. If you're going to have stable in the name of your product, that probably means it's very unstable. You know, you don't have to call it stable concrete.
When you have a second, I have more information on the Ark Aspire.
Ooh. Oh, the AI slop bird logo was very funny. Let me... Exactly. Maybe it's stablecoin because they like horses. That would be very funny. Hang on. I did the research.
Nobody is investing in the unstable bridge building company, that's for sure. Also, what ho?
Scotty, Watto and welcome, and thank you. And you're right, yeah, no one's buying unstable bridge co. But the idea of a stable bridge, it's kind of like you know, organic meat. Implying the wait, why do you have to tell me what? Anyway. So, all right. It's hard. It's hard to get specific info when it comes to these kinds of things, because as soon as stuff starts getting into the cryptosphere, you have to wade through a lot of shit, a lot of press releases, a lot of like tech bros wanking each other off sideways. Now, stablecoin is apparently a style of cryptocurrency, and to my understanding, this game store runs on that. But in terms of how it runs on that, what the interactions are, I don't like. Wait. Apparently there are multiple forms of it. So well, and Scotty, and that's the thing. Hang on, I'm just sorry, I'm a bit discombobulated today. So yeah, so I get this email through today that's talking about like this indie game marketplace and how, you know, with their partner program, you too can sell games on there and make money. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, that was basically what the Humble partner program was. I told you a lot about a game, and if you chose to buy it, Humble were like, all right, here's a couple bucks, which was really cool. If someone doing a similar thing that wasn't shite and wasn't shady popped up, that would be great. And I know it's dumb to say it after Mega Boss dropped a huge donation. Words fail me. But, you know, ever since Humble Bundle ditched their partner program, like, that was a lot of money every month, you know? With this store as it came through, it's another one where, you know, they say about how they're transparent and how everything works, but I couldn't find any actual info on how the thing came together. And like I said, I had to do some research into it, and that's when they started popping up on crypto sites and crypto investment sites and things like that. And now I'm like, huh. Now, you all might remember a million squillion years ago, in the very early days of the Longship, we did a promotional event with a company called Turbo Play. Now, smoldering crater of a dream. That was an interesting one where they were going to do their own currency. This was pre the NFT crypto explosion. So we hadn't been exposed to rug pulls and chaos at that point. But the idea was that users were going to not mine for currency, but be given it via, you know, purchasing and doing stuff. And they could then take those coins and give them to devs or to dickheads like me or what have you. You essentially would accrue a tippable currency that you could then keep giving to devs. Or if you wanted to, you could give more money to the devs beyond just purchasing the game, which is where I was like, fuck yeah! Now that thing crashed and burnt. It would turn out that the technology for it came from another company. They sued, it got messy. But again, the idea of a service that allows game devs to make more money in a way that's not shitey is something I approve of. This was before we had the full crypto scam nonsense. Now I'd be like, blah, 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 blah. So when I encountered this today, I was just like, why is this so weird? Like, their site doesn't say anything about it, but keeps hinting at this, like, you know, you get paid directly in real time and all of these things. And I'm like, hang the fuck on. That would be an incredibly bad business model, right? Because no matter how cool you are, no matter how big you are, every transfer incurs fees in some way, right? If you transfer money from one bank to another, that's fees. That's just the long and short of it. Any system where the users are getting paid out, you are paying money on that, right? I mean, Scotty, maybe? Or maybe what they're taking from the potential earning of partners is so much higher that it offsets that cost. and they've got like a good automation system in place or something. I don't know, but it sounds too good to be true. And then I start seeing it pop up on crypto sites and things like that, and I'm like, why obfuscate that the back end is running on crypto? Why hide that? And it's one of those ones where you can't try purchasing a game until you've made like accounts and stuff like that, of which I'm very wary. But they have Rainworld for sale. They have a pilot program with Akapura Games and a few others. Oh, it's my kettle. I was going to make some noodles in a second. So it's like, they're not just some loons coming out of nowhere. I mean, the trio of leaders is all like, you know, pasty white dingleberries. Well, and one of the co-founders was at EA, Activision, Meta, and Coinbase. Tells you what you need to know. But they did manage to raise, you know, a fair few $1 million for their community-driven platform. But again, like, they're popping up on investment sites and the ilk. And, like, looking into it, again, there's just these huge gaps, right? Because once you step out of, like, the gaming space, you start reading stuff like, Oncade is a Web3 native game distribution platform. Developers can sell directly to players and avoiding standard platform fees. They're selling Steam keys. They're selling Steam keys. But if they're selling Steam keys, which you can get in other places, like, what are we buying? Well, so Aeon, you are allowed to take Steam keys and sell them and give them to stores. Like, Steam actually are like, they're okay with you selling Steam keys direct. They don't take a cut of that one. And I don't think they're buying the keys from G2A. It's not a resale site currently, but that could be something that's on there, like... Yeah. It's just that thing of, like, anything that's got to obfuscate its core functionality. Because usually tech bros are the first fuckers to scream at you about all their cool shit, right? But there's nothing about their Web3 nonsense on any of their core platform. It's only on the sites that were listing and investing in, only the investment sites that were listing them that talk about it. So it means that their pitch to us and their pitch to the world are two drastically different things. And when you're at that point, that's when my alarm bells start ringing. Anyway, so Will's fighty because Will did email them directly and, like, where's this crypto shit coming from? That was my fighty little morning. Nick's been losing his shit over the bird logo, which has been very funny. Okay, yeah, so what can you tell us about the Arcus Spire, which is where we're heading next?
What did you find on the Arcus Spire?
I ran the Arcus Spire into the database. There is no mention of why the tower was built. However, I did come across something else. Epsilon, an OMSIF division, had several objectives in southern Umbrahan. One of them was to find a way into the Axe-Ceptional. They were ordered to investigate some ruins in Sinedra Forest, near the Axe-Ceptional. Their unit, Epsilon 11, was never heard from again. Now I know where you got the APC.
Yeah. And Aeon, like, exactly. Like, it didn't pass the smell test at first check, and there's definitely gas in the mine. I can't work it out. Because again, if they are paying out real-world currency in, air quotes, real time, does that mean they're only paying people in crypto? Which, as we know, is... Crypto is only worth as much as it can scam out of people. Right? Oh, Nick, I didn't realize they put that out. The original logo is an AI, but the others were. But it's so bad, Nick. The original logo is so bad. And Scotty, like, that's gotta be it, right? See, the thing with Turbo Play, and again, Turbo Play was like 2019, 2018, was that the Turbo coins are allocated around the system, and that when it's time to get paid, like maybe once a month, you know, you push that "please give me my money" button, and that's when the currency gets converted. That's when the coins get turned into stuff. Because, like, you again, it's one of those things that you could do it without it being based on a coin system. Like, bits don't exist anywhere outside of Twitch. If you buy 500 bits and you give them to any dingleberries in any amount, at the end of the month, those bits will be turned into cents and, you know, given to idiots like me, right? That doesn't need to be based on the fucking chain. So why chain? Well, maybe to secure investment, but that ship sailed.
They believed the underground ruins would lead into the Axe-Ceptional. They were wrong. Let's go to Sinedra Forest and find out where the actual entrance to the tower is located.
Okay. I've been buying bits on the dollar. Yeah. Although it is actually kind of funny that where you buy bits changes how much they cost, because if you buy them on mobile, there are additional fees to cover the fees of mobile payment systems. You know, to cover the fees that Apple and Google take from, you know, Android and iOS stores. And yeah, Nick, like, so far as I know, and I'm not saying that it's good or bad, like, the investment sphere has its weird stuff, and, you know, we're seeing the last gasps of people trying to make AI make sense. God, if you are ever worried about your game's knowledge, if you are ever worried about your fucking sanity, go have a little scroll around on fucking LinkedIn. And you get to see so-called industry leaders being fucking idiots. It's
Sensors
amazing.
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Big 80. What ho? How goes the long ship?
Johnny, it's certainly been a day. I have had weird pictures from potentially a crypto scam. Megaboss has commanded the Yaldum and will not be letting it go anytime soon. And we've not gotten very far in game because we've mostly been nattering about other stuff. I was gonna put some noodles on, and I got lost in thought while I was in the kitchen, which is why the kettle keeps beeping. But all in all, weird day. Jeez, it's cold. That's by the window. I've also been trying to think of a way to help Steam demos accent games better with the success of Steam Next Fest. I haven't come up with anything genius yet.
Whoa, folks. I hope you all are having a lovely night.
Sorry, I'm just putting my noodles together. I'm going to be a bit of a mess today, friends. I think I used up all my brain energy with gratitude and feelings. My scissors? How many fucking scissors? Nani? Nani? Yes. I know, babies. Where are the scissors? Aha! Found them. Just bring my noodles over so it's gone from there. Okay. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe that's why my brain is refusing to do its job. Yeah. I got my noodles. Okay. something brain refusing, something. Super professors in the same boat. That's fair. That's fair. I've got this feeling, right? Like, Steam Next Fest is really, really good, but it's also a lot of work. And I'm trying to think of ways that these demos can be more, can do more, right? We've got to go through all this fucking work to make them. And then the demos, I mean. Like, and how can we make these things do, you know, better?
Nice. I'll have a look in the database.
Children's book belonging to the bloody queen herself. A gift from her uncle. The book contains several short stories, allegories, and long word illustrations aimed at young children. The pages contain a scornful tone of derision towards the Sabinian people, often mocking and demonizing them. Oh, cool.
I found a vault of forbidden knowledge in the Visser Hills.
Visser Hills. Search the vicinity of the waterfall. Here is the code. Okay. Citizen file.
Good find. I'll look it up.
Sensitive information about Operation Appleseed, the code name given to the now infamous Maristan market bombing. Jesus. The area we were just at, that market was bombed back in 1990. And last but by no means least, a limbic core.
Interesting find. Let's see what the server can tell us about it.
The ill-fated Eminence Shroud experiment. Scholars of the Order of the Eye scrambled to find a way to cancel out the Eye's expanded field of influence. Damn. Though the inner mechanisms of the limbic architecture will beyond the scholar's comprehension. Blah, blah, blah. Inversion cost. Irregular erected pillars. Lol. Nice field. Okay. Alright, so I guess we can hit the Viscera Hills now as well. By a waterfall. Okay. There's a couple of those. Gives me a chance to have a natter and eat my noodles whilst we're scrambling about. We're heading back to the first area because we've now got a way to get into the giant spire. Herbs. Sadly, I will add a cup noodles. It's the great curse. I buy these miso ramen cups, usually like beginning of the month round when payday hits. So that way I've got kind of like an emergency food supply. Alright, so there's the waterfall. It's not beneath it or around it. Is it up here? Was it in this little fort? There being something here. No, I must have imagined it. Hallucinous smelling and all that. Gotta try not to throw myself around like it's any of my other games. Matey boy here has the weak knees. Oh shit! Limbic polearm. Alright. A bronze medallion with a blue inlaid flower. Oh, interesting. See what that's about. Parkour! Parkour! Oh shit, you're fine. Okay, so this is a waterfall. This is us damp in a waterfall. Alright. Is there more than one? Is there more than one waterfall on these hills? It's a bit greedy. The old double waterfall special. Let's have a look around. I already closed the time loop here, so aside from getting through a snake door and killing a couple of guys, like... maybe I'm missing something. Over this way. See, I thought that, Scotty, but I wasn't... Oh, do you mean like dropping in from above to get to the second point? Small. Let's go have another look. Because I'm pretty sure I would have remembered an underground waterfall or something as like cool as that, right? Like, just trundling past all these battlefield corpses. You know what, Nick? More fantasy games do need to have APCs. Hang on. Follow the serpent to begin your ascension. The way will grant the token of the serpent, which is what we needed to get through. Okay. I guess I was too busy talking about some other bullshit last time we were doing this. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, is that it? No. Not terrible. True, Scotty. Yeah, we're not eyeballs deep in Muppets trying to kill us right now. Like that movie, the Muppets are trying to kill us. The snake's up there. I think the old couple are still camped out here, though. I don't think they actually relocated like they were supposed to. But the dog's safe. I mean, that's the short novel. That's the light novel title for My Friendly Neighbor is, oh fuck, all these Muppets are trying to kill us. It said, follow the snake, part shall be revealed. And then we come to here, which is where we need, like, you know, the token of the snake or what have you. That should open the door. That's the bit we don't have. Because that then leads us up here. Curse my weak knees. Clear out the last of these monsters. Don't think I can Skyrim up there. Nah. Curse you, lack of a jump button! Hang on, I wonder. Try something really fun. Ah, I thought I could. Real protagonists don't jump. And there wasn't another waterfall. Because this is where we met the journo. This is where she was camped out. Alright, let's try some parkour down. The reason you can't jump is not because you're a protagonist, it's because you're over 30. Alright, firstly, you're not wrong, but how could you? Oh, my bones. Yeah, Scotty, you got it in one, friend. Got it in one. Just, take one of those healing potions real quick. Don't even worry about it. I'm sure this is fine and not at all a bad idea. Okay. Now, she told us the lock, and I took a screenshot, because I'm fucking smart like that. Alright, so it's double squiggle, or double circle squiggle. Robot staring too intently at you. Spiky iconography, or spikenography. And then confusing stab. Okay, let's see what we've got. Got some glyphs. For General Orchard's eyes only, we continue to search for the fabled Argarian Museum. Yet as of this moment, naught has been found. The intelligence extracted from the house, from Squire of House Esther, through methods both unkind and thorough, proved to be naught but deception. His words led us to yet another labyrinth. Labyrinthian folly. Ah, man. One of the countless quarrels in the subterranean hollows hewn by the legions of Lady Margaret's miners, diggers, and madmen. A fool's errand wrought of lies. The squire has been executed for this deceit. The search continues, yet doubt creeps into my mind. Perhaps the supposed museum is naught but a phantom, woven of trickery by the late and loathsome Lord Astor, or worse, by his accursed twin progeny. Okay. A pendant of ecstasy, battle bliss. I think I played that on, what was it, 360? Enhanced rage. Ooh, we're currently using that. That's just kind of a better version. Unbound delusion. Increasing limbic energy but reducing damage. That's not us. Parchment of anticipation. Oh. You know what, Marshall Ray, that's the problem. I keep forgetting how to double jump. If only I was reminded of it constantly. This device latches and whirls around the sphere. It's indeed most impressive. Okay, so that was the time loops. What about this, Mother Hubbard? Painting of Lady Margaret. Okay. I think we got everything we can from here. Okay, so if you haven't seen much of this game, a couple of things of note. One, there are no quest markers. You have to solve puzzles yourself. And the other, they do not tell you how difficult those puzzles will be. Some have been pretty sneaky, some have been very easy. None of them have been boring. I'll say that.
I've recently thought I'd check to see if I'm still lethal to plant. Started a little herb garden. Here's
Okay.
hoping it goes well, but only time will tell.
Only time will tell. God damn it. Thank you for the 200. That joke was fucking terrible. I will say though, I have been successfully propagating a whole bunch of basil, so I think I might just keep growing more and more basil until my flat gets weird. Just that's all it smells like. And this is all from that manic purchase I made at Freddy's.
Find anything?
Oh, here we go.
Nice find. Let's run it through the database.
Medallions like this were the founder of the Vigil, inducting new members. The blue flower, Ada's tear, became the symbol of the Vigil. Okay. Alright, so we're heading back to the beginning. Sendra Forest. And we're going to crack it into the big shit. So the tower we found at the very, very beginning. That's where the key of woe is being stored. We think. You know what? You did get a laugh. I can't complain. Oh. I was like, what the fuck are those bells? The farmer laid them so that he could find, his kids could find their way back. Alright. And these guys are basic. And at least if we want to get our axe blades doing better, what we need is the level 3 threat to take out. What is that? Oh. He's not going to be in Hell Is Us 2.
Modest when you become a master herbalist, or you get delusions of a grandeur.
That's pretty good. Scotty, thank you for the bits. If you didn't hear it, it was you have to be modest when you become a master herbalist, or you'll get delusions of grandeur. And somehow, Sentai Suit Guy returned. Hell Is Us 2. Hell is also us. Hell is Dave. Man, those guys used to be pretty fucking scary. Now we're kicking ass. Is it this one? Yeah, so we've now got the grip mark 2.
I can't wait for Hell is Us 3, stuck in a tree. And Hell is Us 4, can't open that door.
Oh, Hell is Us 5, the bastards can dive. Everybody do the dinosaur! Alright, but we now know how to open this, which is with the sword. And Akari Zero, thank you for the bits as well. Alright. Dungeon time! Now, the things to know. Oh, to the Super Professor. Lovely to see you, to be continued. Check out Project Silverfish. There's lots about this game to talk about. I don't know if we want to get into the paint right now while we're doing dungeon crawling, but suffice it to say, the conflict in this land has been raging for thousands of years. You know, the devout Polomists and the Sabinians have been at each other's throats, you know, kind of war criming back and forth on each other for generations. It is peak, like, generational hate. We are going into one of the early crimes. So this fucking super tower was built by the Queen as a relic to the Palomist faith, right? Behold the towering ire of infidels, the Axe-Ceptional, a vast maw that swallows loathsome Sabinian worms unto their rightful doom. At the very beginning of the game, we read about how thousands of years ago they just used to march chained heretics in here and they did not come out. Like, this is the bad place. Now, with the keys, I think we get the choice of, like, which order we try and tackle them in. We've kind of stumbled into the key of, I think we're doing the key of terror. Green key, if you will. Now, this the figure we're following, this particular queen, was a warrior queen, and is worshipped by the Palomist Special Forces unit. They're like military lunatics. But so far, not us, nor the Kroger brand Umbrella Corporation, who we stole the shit of, have been able to get into this tower or to any of the other stuff. Because our dad was like a fucking knight of the realm. Don't worry about it. Welcome to Will Explains Hell is Us Badly. Is it down here? Okay. It has been 38 minutes since Project Silverfish was mentioned. I literally DM'd a friend on Blue Sky. Just to tell him about Project Silverfish. I haven't spoken to him in years. And I know he's gonna love it. Like, at least with Project Silverfish, if people choose to play it now or choose to play it in, 4 months' time, it's still gonna be good. The last time I was this fervorous about a game was the fucking Blackout Club, and nobody took me up on my fucking offer. And then I told everybody about it later, and they're like, oh shit, that sounded really cool. I'm like, yeah, it fucking was, and you could have been a part of it. Dinguses. Dingai? What's the plural of dingus? Dingo, dingeese. Dingeese and dingoose. Okay. Nothing has jumped us yet. This is worrying. Shit. Damn, that's an ugly baby. And the thing is, like, this game very much pulls from the Hideo Kojima crib sheet in that sometimes when you're playing this game, it is it's Arthurian legend with a fucking APC. We have these magical weapons built out of emotions. We use them to kick ass and steal life from monsters. And then sometimes it's like the realest fucking shit ever. But it's less... War might be a little bit bad for some people, I guess. No, here's our commentary on real things that have happened that were real and bad. Nick, with so much stuff going on all at once, I'll probably forget. Jackie Foxbutt loves to do this thing where Jackie will gift subs to comedy accounts, and I will forget by the end of the stream, and then it's just... yeah. Oh, that's rude. Fucking wee! He's dead. And Nick, it's fine. Scotty doesn't know. Bet no one's made that joke. That movie is so old. Terror suppressor. What was that Hades but Arthurian legend that we had running around for a bit? Was that Scorn? I'm trying to remember now. I think it was. You know what? Favor 6, that's a good point. You've survived mimetic nonsense that would have crushed a lesser Scotty. I can hear him in there. Oh, there we go. Fucking hell. Alright. Whew. Look at all these sleeping people. Oh look, they have sleeping people, but also in small. Cool. If you wanted your war crimes modern, don't worry, we also have them in classic. Was it Sworn? It was like Hades, but Arthurian. And I thought that one was batting real good. It's interesting when you think about, like, Arthurian legend is kind of one of those ones that people just take for granted that we have games and stuff based on them, and we don't really. Actually, that's a good point. Has someone claimed ownership of, like, Arthurian legend? Like how Disney has claimed, like, The Little Mermaid and shit like that. Monty Python. It's only a model. Urge to belt out, I have to push the Pramalot. You know what? I played enough Dark Souls. I'm not walking up the fucking steps full of spikes. Oh, God. So we're on ancient war crimes now. So either the Sabinians and heretics were walked up here or down through this, like, cavern of spikes. Fate is the series where King Arthur is a waifu. What's all waifus all the way down? Holy fuck. I just need my UI to disappear for a second because I want to get a picture of this. Ah, too late. Alright, fuckers, let's party. Come on down to Will's discount ass whooping, where I will give all of you a personal and individual ass whooping. It's not the best, but it's the best that you can afford. Buddy, friend. You know what? Nah, you know what? Let's do a special one for you. There we go. Now, this whole setup is actually great for us. Because we heal and do increased damage for every kill. And one of those little, like, tick-down timers. That's why I can just cleave these guys in half. Our little axes love it when we have lots of people to murder. You know what? Let's mix it up. Let's mix it up. Our polearm hasn't really had much of a go-around of late. It is interesting that we can only get to this area after we've gotten to, like, Act 2 of the story. But all of these little guys are level 1 basic minions. Huh. I guess anime does like its Arthurian legend. Okay, there we go. Got to give the old pole arm a run around, lest it get too stir crazy. King Arthur and Excalibur. But they Freaky Friday'd it. They Freaky Friday'd it so that it's a talking sword and a mute man? That could be kind of funny. I'd watch that. One of my favorite fantasy tropes is a talking sword that's actually a dingus. Or just annoyed to be here. And again, friends, the further it gets along, the more mottled and old these corpses become. But this was, like... This is a lot of dead people! Literal piles of them. Now, the thing about these creatures being brought forth by powerful and horrifying emotions... PVS, I'm trying not to snack on the bodies, so I've got my noodles here. How you doing? Sickle of this shit. That sounds like a great Dark Souls name. Oh, PVS, I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Abyssal of Demise, Passage of Tending. The tendies. Eric, who runs the panel, managed to get a hold of the cut that was broadcast but not uploaded. So it had both screens at the same time, because I know some of you watched the Make a Game Live panel like as it was happening, which is fucking cool. And our stream, oh, let no Sabrinian wretch, no cursed husk of the Walking Dead pass beyond this threshold, adorned in even a single thread. Stripped they shall be, laid bare as befits the despised and the doomed. Their garments unworthy of keeping shall be heaped here and cast into a cleansing fire. Alright, so they fucking march them up this hallway of spikes. They strip them here. These piles not being bodies but clothes. Old rotted clothes. Oh yeah, virals. I mean, I assume the new Seattle Convention Center arch has some quake protection because of where we're based. But we definitely felt the building move when we did that. More so than the gigs round the corner, which I find impressive. But yeah, ZW getting everybody to do the noises for the drum of the drum and bass was fucking great. Yes, this place is fucking messed up. What the fuck? Friends, Blighttown 2. Blighttown 2 is pretty fucking heavy. I think those are bones, yeah. Alright, nobody touch anything and get super tetanus down here. Blight for the Blight Town, skulls for the Skull Mound. Blight Town 2, somehow we made it worse. You're right, Marshall Ray, I probably just made it more tempting. No, not Super Tetris. Super Tetanus. Significantly worse. And PVS, if you find Bernie the Toaster on AO3, you are legally instructed to tell us. And I could try and find the link for the t-shirt, because I'm pretty sure those links for TKO end up, like, persisting. If you line up the skulls, they disappear and give you points. You know what you could do? Like a body disposal Tetris-style game. You have to line up the pieces of the corpse together to make them disappear. Well, now I'm in the mood for ribs. Thanks. You're welcome. I just love totally normal video games. I just wanted to heal up so we could get like a nice clean screenshot of the pile. Oh, I thought I'd see a skull cascade, let alone create one. Oh, excuse me. Alright, before we go down into Blight Town proper, let's check out what's back this way. Let's check out the Blight Light over this way. Fucking hell, that made me jump.
Good news, you can raise the skeletons as helpers. Bad news, you need to find and assemble all of the bones to a specific original skeleton in order to raise it.
Previous, thank you for the bits there. Between that and that guy screaming at me, that was a legit jump. A limbic battery medium. At least it's not a small, medium at large. Just thought I'd get ahead of that joke before one of you made it. No offense. Oh, okay, this might just be an alternate way to get down to the temple. Alright, we're definitely doing some Blight Town movement. Are you? Verdant, are you? Man, I definitely need to try and find the improved Hadouken. Dustin with, you made a small, medium, and large joke and just had to be extra. Now one fries. Alright, as soon as I work out how, I'll come back to kill you. I will say, the flow of combat in this game means that things can turn on a dime, and you can suddenly end up completely screwed. Comedy is just tragedy plus time, which is to say, you're a bit too early for it to be funny. Wow. I'm saying you're wrong, but damn. Snake Eater. Jeweled dagger. Ooh. I'd buy that for a high price. What are you buying? What are you selling? Why is me, a London geezer, here in the middle of Eastern Europe selling valuable treasures? Don't worry about it, mate.
Why were the family of the famed Spirit Whisperer so impressed at her funeral? The cremation left her a rare medium well done.
That's good. That's very good. No, seriously, Nick, obviously thank you for the bits. That was very funny. That does sound good. Virtue's got like a gallon of chicken stock. Delicious. Okay, bear with me just a sec. Nick was saying that you managed to get Mel with that joke. And so Mel threw stuff at him for it, while driving. Damn it. My timing is right off. I nearly got yoked into the Great Oblivion there. We Blight Towning. Alright, and we need a weird little flamey eye key. You know, some folks say that violence is never the answer. But I find it can be rather effective in the time, the situation, and whether or not my axes are made out of pure limbic rage. What would you say? Disturbing pile of skeletons? I mean, we're basically playing like a fucking Vampire Survivors level in first person. Always check behind the space you think you need to be. Alright, so we need to find a cog to get the lift working. Oops. Here I go killing again. Ooh. Some new goodies. It's a question. And if that question happens to be, do you see that house? And the response is, well, I don't want to, then you know exactly what's required.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, embedding an axe into bodies that glisten.
These are a few of my favorite things. Can't remember the actual tune. Wooden gear. My God. Colonel, that gear is wooden. The lie lule low. See that hill? I want it removed. Right, where's up? The fact that these constructions are hundreds, if not thousands of years old always impresses me. With that kind of, how is this not broken yet? I would not trust this.
Throw a rock in Hadia, and you will either hit a corpse, a cemetery, or a mass grave. That pile of bones, they've been at each other's throats for a long time.
Too long. The Sabinians were the victims this time. I'm sure if we look hard enough, we'll find a pile of Palamist bones out there somewhere.
Will they ever stop killing each other?
We can only hope.
Mass Effect, is that you? Okay. Let's start exploring. I will say again, like, I know I keep making the joke of I know people that use subtext and they're all cowards, but that's not always a bad thing, right? Like, sometimes it's okay to just fucking kick the point home. Oh yes, Orzine, that was it. God damn it. PVS Dustin. Now I'm going to have Stephen Flow stuck in my head for the rest of the evening. Alright. What level? Basic. Alright. Time to work on that axe. Damn, it feels good to be a Arthurian dickhead. Okay. They believe themselves our kin, but they are not. They deem themselves worthy to amend the sacred words of Setherus and his truest servant, Palom. They are unfit. They think their unearned wrath grants them leave to spill the blood of our children, and it does not. They dream of still dwelling amongst us, sharing in harvests and customs and tongue. God! Oh, fuck. Alright. Who wants to fucking party? Fucking yeah! It's one of those things, you know what? We talk a lot about specific games and genres, you know. Soulsian games come up a lot in conversation. And especially when playing this Kojima-flavored nonsense. But there is one thing I do not see enough that I always love, and that is when a game like this makes you backtrack through areas you've been to, thus allowing you to go through an area where you were getting your teeth kicked in by a bunch of mobs. You then get to relive it, but you're now the monster, you know. You get to go through there and you get to kick all kinds of arse. Okay. Before we ascend to our high-wrought births, we shall behold the triumph and the fall of those unworthy, the defilers of our land cast down by the thousands into rightful torment. We must first bow our heads in solemn prayer. God, you guys are evil. Yeah, I always hate the term dogleg, but no one's given me a better term. I haven't come up with a better one myself. It's interesting how, like, linear environment linear environments in the old style, like, set-piece clock, have become harder to make. Whereas, like, this kind of, like, looped converting setup seems to have become easier. Yeah, see, and now we're above the little section we were at earlier. I think. No, this area is different. I worry we've missed stuff in Bad Blight Town, but we can always come back. Yeah, see, if we avoided it, it's still making us come up this, like, fucking nightmare path. Can't remember, is yellow an essential item? I think we're going to have to go down the tetanus hole. But I can always quickly check up here. Damn. This game is fucking pretty. Alright. Let's go down the tetanus hole, and then we'll see if it loops us back up around here. I see goodies in the darkness. And I am naught but a Klepto Magpie. Right, he's got to go first. Okay, firstly, ow. Okay, a brass key. It's probably the place we found earlier on. Alright. Nick, I know you know this, Well, I guess most of us know this because we all play a lot of games. It's fascinating because that era where everything was moving to like set pieces is so funny because there were so many folks around that time who spoke with this like absolute authority. Like, I'm the set piece guy, and all video games should be set pieces, and here's how they'll be forever and always. And now, like, if you stop and think about it, who really makes that type of game anymore? Like Naughty Dog and... Oh, wait. I guess I don't really consider Square in that spot, but I know what you mean. Alright, it's Crazy Axe time. Oh, sorry. Terror Axe time. Anyway, the only point I was trying to make is that it's okay, friends, to have your players face a shit ton of weak-ass enemies like this, so they can feel good about themselves. You know, your player will have put in a large amount of time to beefcake up. And every now and then, you know what, just give them some cool shit. Let them wail on some easy foes. So, we've made it this far up. This appears to be a point of where, like... This appears to be a point of where, like, the ones who didn't die going up this horrible, like, torture march. Or perhaps the special... Oh, fuck me. The special heretics were taken up here. It's hard to know. Like, you've got to admit, friends, that for a game that's essentially like, you know, Bloodborne ciders, the amount of world building in this is ridiculous. Like, sorry, I'm trying to stop using ridiculous in my vocab for everything. But, like, the depth of world building and its wonderful juxtaposition between, like, the realistic horrors of war and you running around being this, yeah, this Arthurian-ish knight of emotion. Oh, shit. Yeah, Nick, you were... Because you were looking for people back at, like, GDC time. I didn't know you were still on the hunt. I assumed you just had some good luck. They say about assumption. No, I mean, what do they say about assuming? I seem to have suffered some kind of brain damage. And yes, I am clearing out all of these while we're having an explore and a natter. Oh no! I'm sorry, Nick. It always sucks in indie spaces because, ironically, indies have the least amount of time for someone to learn on the job. As much as you might want to work with a specific person in a specific way, if they oversold their abilities or if they need to learn how to do the thing, you don't have time. Because what are you going to do? Say, hey, if you want this job, you have to learn how to do it in your own time, and only when you're good enough I'll start paying you. I mean, that's pretty psychotic. But on the flip side, if you have somebody on a project who's not very good, and you're burning cash on them, you know, they could set a project back or potentially kill it. Sorry, I'm telling you shit you already know. Okay. This looks like a fucking booby trap, but alright. Through your suffering, the way to your true final moment shall be opened. Well, time to get stabbed. Fucking do it. Ha! We got ourselves one of them old-fashioned, timey puzzles, see? Alright, so we have a moon door, an eye door. Okay. Lance, that sounds decadent. I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening, friend. Where her ever-majestic craven likeness stands, the path is revealed to those who heed. I'm heeding! Oh, damn. Okay. You know, we have to open keys now with our own blood, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my good axes and start healing with it. Darn it. Almost pulled a Bethesda there. I am not supposed to be doing that. Trying not to fucking break the game. But yeah, it's essentially creating like a challenge mode for us. Because the doors open when we hit the switch, but the switch takes off half our health. Joke's on them, I heal by murder. By murder! I don't know why I said it like that. Hey up, lads! Let's fucking go! Yeah, and that's the thing, Nick, is that we know a lot of the same folks, so it's not even like I can be like, oh shit, what was it you needed again? I'll keep an eye out, or I'll put out the call. Because it definitely falls under, you know, what the fuck do I know? Cage's craven with the skull sigils will stir and rise when any of the pressure plates B1, B2, and F4 feel the weight, pain, and blood. Alright, so we just got to do all of them. Damn. Unholy glee, and here was me thinking I'd done enough war crimes to keep everybody awake. Alright, so that's the tower door. That's the fire door. Lol. So I guess we go upstairs and do more crimes. Well, so they are hitting harder, but it's that thing of, Scotty, it's like, ow. When we're smashing folks, the less health you have, the less stamina you have, meaning the more damage you take. Oh, okay. I get it now. Just wait for that to stop real quick. Yeah, apparently so, Unholy Glee. I think that makes you, Metal Gear style hero. Tiny pub! Oh no, it's just a barracks. Okay. A great sword of terror. Wildly in this, though, this is weirdly not a game that I'm therapy sword obsessed with. Go figure. Okay, B4? Nope. And it's cool, I got shitloads of these tiny health packs. Ah, and that's my drop down. Okay. E1, E3, or F4. Feel the weight of blood and pain for the twin-headed serpent. Oh, that did fucking nothing. More drugs. More drugs. Yeah, Unholy Glee, I didn't think I would, but at least for this. This game has definitely been better for me to go, like, axes for days. I mean, one, the axes in this game are hella fun, but two, they seem to be able to keep me alive a lot better. And they're fucking cool. Oh, the fuck are you doing? Get snuck up on by some... I don't know. Improvised dancer. Now, is D4 one of them? It is. Alright. Parkour!
Let me ask you something. Is the appeal higher because you're a Viking?
No. I'm not that basic, said Will, being that basic. Okay, we got to open the rest of these, though. Oh, actually, we do have to open all of them. Alright, that's cool. Alright. Ooh! A marked map of Hadia. A map of Hadia from many centuries ago. These locations are marked all over. I think those were previous time loops? Aww. Friends, if you would like to cast your eyes into general in Discord, Caffeine's posted some pictures of the kitty. Sorry, and Vershi, on top of that, like, seriously, thank you for the bits. You know, you all have been keeping my ass alive, and I'm extremely grateful. Okay, so how many have we got left? I think we've got 2 left. 1, 2, no, 3 left. Oh, peanuts. Steven Flow. Run! Your knees can wait! Run! Yes! Skull is mine. And skull doors are pretty good. Okay, pretty good. Terrible. Like villain name. Alright, I guess we can have some veggies as well. Like, if we're taking our time to heal up, get some veggies in. Wrong side, wrong side. Okay. Okay, we did D1. We opened all of these. Oh, I didn't go across the way to here, did I? God. I am so behind on Vampire Survivor stuff, but... I'm still fascinated by the fact that... oh, I'm going to go. That Mega Bonk has done as well as it has. I kind of want to give it a run, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, where is this? Ring of Confident Terror. Tempted to just go with I can see Anand's Confident Terror, but that's far too easy. You know, better class criminal and all that. Food's not doing what I thought it did. We're just gonna have to work our way through varying healing items. Because, like, I can stay alive so long as I've got baddies to tear through, you know? I guess we designed this entire character around, I'll fucking stab you! As a strategy. Is there another platform? Did I do both? Oh, interesting. So... Oh, sorry, I thought I found a shortcut to get down. I hadn't. Also, dear friends, in a sec, I need to kind of get my nonsense together. Did this one. Should involve more falling on pressure plates and running around. Because we've got... Is it just one left? Yeah, there's just one left. The snake. I think I can set off from there. But I need to pop my socks and shoesies on in a second to let little fire in. However, there will be fishing. And I really need to start making a list of like who owes me fish. Because some of you have sent me fish, I just haven't added them. Some of you still need to send me fish. And I cannot remember who's in and who is not.
No socksies for these shoesies.
And no cheeses for these Mises. Get me socks and shoes on now. Just in case. Okay. I haven't heard the term chair stream in a while. God. Oh, I was just thinking on Holy Glee, the difference between you falling asleep at your chair and me falling asleep at my chair, very, very different. Potentially significantly funnier. Okay. Oh, it's so hard to get back. Oh, I might be able to make it. No! Fuck. I mean, there's got to be a better route back. Oh, there's exactly a better route back. Piss! I just gotta throw myself down the fucking stairs. Alright. Call blimey, governor. Come on, Cubble! Watch Will throw himself down the stairs at a breakneck pace. Is it sensible? Is it well advised? Not at all! And I've gotten myself very lost again. Okay, hang the fuck on. Right, so there's the entrance. Oh, I think we go what, up one more floor. Oh, but I need to be on the other side of that. Should we come out from the other side? But skip it. Damn it. Certainly will advised. God. Myself. I brought you lot together. I can't complain. There's only one person that did this to me, and that's me. Okay. Alright. Time to fall down some holes. Oh. So I can fall down. Alright, that's the way I need to fall. Okay. I think it's this one here. Because I lost all the time on the fucking ladder. Alright. And there we go. Huh, it's weird. It doesn't let me pull this handle here. That is so strange. Nope. Hello.